I'm standing in the kitchen. My coffee is getting cold. I'm watching one of my children's 10th meltdown of the morning. My heart is racing, my voice is rising, and I can feel myself about ready to explode. Does this sound familiar? What if I told you that these overwhelming moments are actually opportunities for transformation? Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Dr. Terry Rouse, and for over 3 decades, I've worked as a behavior and early interventionist, helping hundreds of families transform their parenting approach. As an autism specialist and positive behavior facilitator, I've seen firsthand how understanding the difference between reacting and responding can change entire family dynamics. But my most powerful lessons didn't come from my professional experience. They came from standing in my own kitchen, feeling my own emotions spiral during my child's most challenging moments. There I was, with all my expertise, all my training, feeling completely helpless in my own home. That moment taught me something crucial about emotional interactions, something I've since used to help hundreds of families create more peaceful, connected homes through the Real Peaceful Parenting Framework. Today, I'm sharing 3 specific strategies that will help you understand the critical difference between reacting and responding, to help you identify your emotional triggers and learn practical techniques to create mindful, connected responses. And trust me, these aren't just theories. These are real solutions that work in real homes with real families during real emotional challenges. The science of emotional reactions. First, let's understand what's actually happening in our brain during emotional moments. I call it the emotional hijacking. When we react, our brain's emotional center, the amygdala, takes over. It's like our thinking brain goes offline and we operate on autopilot. Picture this. Your emotional brain is like a powerful security system. When it detects a threat, which can be anything from a child's tantrum to a moment of defiance, it floods our system with stress hormones. In that moment, your logical thinking brain goes offline. That's why telling yourself or your child to calm down never works. You're literally not capable of calming down and reasoning when you're in this state. This is what happened in my kitchen that morning. The more frustrated I became, the more my child's emotions escalated. Understanding this neurological process changed everything about how I approached emotional challenges. Reacting is like a pot boiling over, quick, messy, and very often destructive. Responding is like adjusting the temperature, controlled, intentional, and most often effective. Here's what happens in a reaction. Emotions drive our words and actions. We speak or act without thinking, instinctually. We often regret what we say or do, and the situation typically escalates. In contrast, when we respond, we pause before speaking or acting. We choose our words and actions intentionally. We maintain a connection while setting boundaries, and we model emotional regulation for our children. Emotional trigger landscape. Let me share 3 common trigger landscapes that often create emotional storms in parenting. Understanding these triggers transformed my approach, and I've seen them change hundreds of other families' experiences as well. First, let's talk about control. I want you to picture this. Your child wants to choose their own outfit, but you're running late. When they protest or melt down, it's not defiance. It's a fundamental need for autonomy. They are trying to assert their growing independence. When my daughter was having those battles, I finally realized she wasn't trying to make my life difficult. She was desperately seeking a sense of control in a world where she often felt powerless. The second trigger is unmet emotional needs. You know, those moments when your child seems to be overreacting about something seemingly trivial. They're actually communicating something deeper. They're communicating, I need connection, I'm feeling overwhelmed, or I don't have the words to explain my feelings. When we dismiss these underlying needs with phrases like you're fine or stop overreacting, we accidentally amplify their emotional distress. Our third trigger might surprise you. It's accumulated stress. I call this the emotional backpack that gets heavier throughout the day. That after-school meltdown, it might not be about a specific incident. It could be about holding themselves together through multiple challenges all day long. Think of it like your child's emotional capacity being stretched to the absolute limit, like saran wrap. Understanding these triggers isn't about preventing outbursts. It's about seeing the world through our child's eyes. When we can recognize these triggers, we can step in with support before the emotional storm even hits. And here's the real game changer. Once you start spotting these triggers, you'll notice patterns. You'll see the emotional wave coming before it arrives. And that's when the magic happens. Because now you can help your child navigate through it. Before we dive into practical response techniques, I want to check in with you. Do these emotional trigger landscapes sound familiar? If you're finding value in understanding these complex emotional dynamics, hit that subscribe button to join our real peaceful parenting community. And if you know another parent or teacher who's struggling with emotional challenges, share this video, because sometimes knowing we're not alone makes all the difference in the world. Now, let's talk about what's actually working in these challenging emotional moments. In my book, Untamed Chaos, I share several powerful strategies for responding mindfully to emotional situations. Let's dive into a few of my techniques. Similar to the STOP method I use when helping folks mindfully communicate, I highly suggest the CALM method. This is a practical, easy to remember approach that can transform heated moments into opportunities for connection and growth. CALM stands for connect before you correct. Make a caring connection before addressing the behavior. Acknowledge feelings as valid, even if the behavior is not acceptable. Label emotions together. That builds emotional intelligence. And make space for calming by offering choices like a hug or quiet time. When your child is in the midst of a big emotion, the first step is always to connect. This might look like getting down on their level, offering a gentle touch, or simply saying, I'm here with you. This connection lays the groundwork for any problem solving to come. Next, acknowledge their feelings. You might say something like, I can see you're really frustrated right now. This validation is powerful because it says your feelings make sense, even if your actions don't. It helps your child to feel seen, heard, and understood. Then label the emotion together. It seems like you're angry because your brother took your toy away. Is that right? This step helps your child build an emotional vocabulary. It teaches them to identify and articulate their inner experiences. And finally, make space for calming. Offer choices that give your child a sense of control. Would you like to take some deep breaths with me or have quiet time in your calm down corner? This teaches them that they have control, that they have the power to manage their own emotions. Another strategy I love is tiny steps. And that tiny steps approach is approach to implementing new parenting tools. When we're trying to shift our responses, it can feel overwhelming to change everything at once. So instead, I recommend choosing one trigger situation and one calm step to practice each week. For example, maybe this week you focus on connecting before correcting during the morning meltdowns. Next week, you might practice acknowledging feelings during sibling squabbles. Over time, these tiny steps add up to a massive transformation in your parenting approach. The key is consistency and self-compassion. You won't respond perfectly every time, and that's okay. What matters is the overall pattern you're creating, a pattern of empathy, validation, and emotional coaching. Remember, with each mindful response, you're not just de-escalating a single situation. You're teaching your child lifelong skills of emotional regulation, problem solving, and resilience. You're shaping their brain's architecture in powerful ways. In my decades of working with families, I've learned that one of the most transformative things we can do as parents is to create an emotional support environment in our homes. This is a space where all feelings are welcomed, validated, and processed in healthy ways. So, what does an emotional support environment look like? Well, it has three key components. Emotional safety, and this is the foundation. It means that your child feels safe to express any emotion without fear of judgment, shame, or punishment. They know that their feelings are okay, even if their actions may need guidance. And you can foster emotional safety by saying things like, all of your feelings are welcome here, or there's nothing you could feel that would make me love you less. That's powerful. This creates a sense of unconditional acceptance. Emotional coaching. In an emotional support environment, you serve as an emotional coach for your child. And this means helping them name their feelings, understand where they come from, and learn healthy ways to express them. When your child is upset, try reflective listening. It sounds like you're feeling really sad because your friend couldn't come over to play today. This shows that you're trying to understand their inner words and guide them towards healthy coping strategies. When I feel sad, sometimes it helps me to draw a picture or cuddle with a stuffed animal. What do you think might help you feel better right now? Emotional role modeling. Children learn how to handle emotions primarily by watching and listening to us. In an emotional support environment, we model healthy emotional processing for our children. This means acknowledging our own feelings. I'm feeling frustrated right now because I'm running late. It means apologizing when we slip up. I'm sorry I yelled earlier. I was feeling overwhelmed, but that's really no excuse. Next time, I'll take a deep breath before I respond. It also means showing our children how we cope with big feelings. I'm feeling really stressed out about work, so I'm going to take a few minutes to do some deep breathing. When we model emotional intelligence for our children, we're giving them a powerful, powerful gift, a roadmap for navigating life's challenges with resilience and grace. Creating an emotional support environment is an ongoing process. It's the daily practice or the daily choice to meet emotional challenges with empathy, validation, and guidance. It's not about perfection. It's about the overall climate we're nurturing in our homes. And the beautiful thing is, when we create this environment for our children, we also create it for ourselves. We give ourselves permission to feel, to stumble, and to grow. We foster our own emotional resilience as we nurture theirs. So as you go about your parenting journey, keep asking yourself, How can I model healthy emotional processing right now? Each small choice matters. Each mindful response is a brick in the foundation of your child's lifelong emotional well-being. You are building something beautiful, one feeling at a time. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. If you need more support creating an emotional support environment in your home, I have resources for you. I've created a complete resource library to support your peaceful parenting journey. Just visit drterryrouse.com/free resources to get your hands on the Untamed Chaos Companion Workbook, the Proven Bark System for behavior tracking, the Real Peaceful Parenting Framework, Real Important Takeaways, and a whole lot more. You can find the link in the show notes below. If these strategies resonate with your parenting journey, please hit that subscribe button so we can continue growing together. Share this video with another parent or a teacher who might be standing in their kitchen or classroom right now, feeling overwhelmed by their child's big emotions. Remember, you're not just managing meltdowns, you're building emotional intelligence that will last a lifetime. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.